Good morning, everyone. During this morning, I'm gonna be talking about the intersegmental tracts. So I already have this sketch here on my Sketchnote, and I'm gonna be talking about the tracts that are part of the intersegmental tracts. And what are the intersegmental tracts? First, it's important to understand what are these tracts. And these tracts are basically a group of neural pathways within the spinal cord, as you will see here. And they will connect different segments of the spinal cord to each other. And these tracts are important especially when we talk about coordination, coordinating local reflexes, sensory processing, and motor control. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to use this color here. I need to test my pens before start the live. Here we are. Okay. This is the spinal cord. You should, at this point, be familiar with all the structures of the spinal cord, so I will not repeat it. If you want to review, I highly recommend you to check my first videos about spinal cord, okay? And let me just continue here. And let's do this. I'm gonna start with this two here, okay? These two here. These are the septomarginal tract. Marginal tract. And the septomarginal tract, the main function of this tract is actually, first, septomarginal tract is a descending pathway that will originate from neurons in the brainstem and will extend through the spinal cord and will work directly on motor control, especially modulating muscle tone and posture. So these are the septomarginal tract. Okay, descending. And let me just use this color here. Okay, so when damaged, this tract can, the patient might present changes in the muscle tone, might present spasticity or even hypotonia, and all of this will affect the postural stability. This tract, I'm not sure nowadays because I didn't check any paper, but I believe that's less well studied compared, especially when you compare with the other tracts. But it's involved in motor coordination, which suggests that injuries could impair fine motor skills or balance. So knowing that, you will be fine. Now, the next one is the posterior intersegmental tract, which is this one here. This is the posterior intersegmental tract. I'm just going to complete all this drawing before continuing. So this one right here posterior, intersegmental tract. Okay, posterior intersegmental tract. And this tract connects the posterior regions of adjacent spinal cord segments, and it will play an important role in transmitting sensory information, particularly proprioceptive signals between the neighboring segments. And it also contributes to integration of sensory input for coordinated motor response. When affected, when injured, this tract can disrupt proprioception and lead to difficulties in coordinating movements. And what the patients might present are basically, they might experience a clumsiness or an inability to perform precise motor tasks without visual feedback. So this is something that can happen when this tract in specific is damaged. Okay, now what else? We have the lateral intersegmental tract. Let me just here. Lateral intersegmental tract. Okay, the lateral intersegmental tract connects lateral regions of adjacent spinal cord segments, and it's mainly involved in transmitting both sensory and motor signals between neighboring segments. And this tract will help with reflexes and motor response. And when damaged, the tract can impair reflex arcs and motor coordination. Let's say, for example, it may affect the ability to perform complex movements that require synchronization between different group muscles or muscle groups. Okay. Let me just use this color here. Probably the blue one. Okay. So this is the lateral tract, and then we have the anterior intersegmental tract, which is this one here. Anterior intersegmental tract. Okay, the anterior intersegmental tract or Intersegmental tract. Okay, the anterior intersegmental tract connects the anterior regions of adjacent spinal cord segments, and you might imagine now that will probably, because of the area here is anterior is more motor, posterior is more sensory, lateral is a mix of motor and sensory, that this area will be mainly transmitting motor commands with the anterior, with the motor, transmitting motor commands and integrating sensory feedback between neighboring segments. Okay, mainly motor commands. And this tract particularly important for coordinating voluntary movements and maintaining postural stability, like the other tracts, but each one with specific functions. Now, clinically, when this tract is injured, the patient might present deficits in motor control and postural adjustments, even difficulty in performing coordinated movements or maintaining balance during activities that require precise motor control. Let me see if I have anything else to share here. Yeah, the main areas affected by when main areas affected when these tracts are injured are reflex arc disruption, motor coordination deficits, sensory integration issues that will affect movement precision, spatial awareness, and postural instability. Yeah, are the main areas, are the main signs that you will notice in your patient. So this is what I wanted to share with you. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna end this live, and later I will start another one where I'm gonna talk about traditional Chinese medicine and the Yimen, which is the second point of a lung meridian. So right now, stick with me here, and yeah, this is what I have for you. So we'll see you next time. Take care. Cheers.